Okay, હવે અવાજ આવે છે?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we are going to discuss today chapter number 4, right? That is Landscape of the Soul. A new chapter, a new story, something to learn about an art, right? Drawings, paintings, but the draw pair was a paint pair was a, right? That might be as a part of your subject. But in this chapter, it is about a landscape. What is a landscape? Landscape એટલે beautiful scenery હોય, mountains હોય, sun હોય, rivers હોય, બધું flow થતું and all that things that is included in a part of a landscape, right? Here, the name of the chapter is Landscape of the Soul. Soul means your inner self, right? Soul means your inner self. આપણી અંદરની જે આત્મા હોય ને, that is known as the soul, right? So it is about a painting. It is about a painting. There are 2-3 different stories in this particular chapter, right? That is what we are going to understand, what the painting is all about, right? આપણે બધાએ draw કર્યું હશે, paint કર્યું હશે as a part of the subject. But when you look from the point of view of an artist, right, the picture says something very different which we don't understand, right? જ્યારે આર્ટિસ્ટ કોઈ વસ્તુ ડ્રો કરે છે, રાઈટ, અને એ જે રીતે એક્સપ્લેન કરે છે ને, એ આપણે ક્યારેય વિચારી શકતા નથી અથવા સમજી શકતા નથી, because we do not have that amount of understanding in the terms of soul that an artist has, right? So here there are 2-3 different small stories about different paintings, right? That is what we are going to learn, what art is, what drawing is, what painting is, and what is the view of a painter and how he explains the painting in a different point of view, right? So before we begin, I'll tell you a small summary of this chapter so you'll understand it in a more better way. So easily समझे इस chapter, what this chapter is all about. Landscape of the Soul, written by Nathalie Traury, right? It's summary. It is a story about an art. Art means painting, right? In which the writer tries to justify that only the real artist can understand the true value of an art or of a picture. Only the real artist can understand the true value of a picture. M.F. Hussain, the famous artist, right? Who મોટા famous artist. તમે એમની paintings જુઓ ને તો આપણને એમ જ થાય આ તો drawing છે, right? Because we do not have a view of that person. But for that person, it is not a drawing, it is a soul from which he gets the idea and he draws from his brush. And that it becomes a painting. That is why his paintings are so expensive, right? તમે એવું હોય તો ગૂગલમાં સર્ચ કરજો M.F. Husseinની paintings. It is very expensive. They are very expensive because no one can understand that thing. No one can draw that thing very easily what M.F. Hussain does, right? As a particular student or as a particular person individually, for us it is just a painting, right? But for him, it's a painting with a message. It is an art which describes something in form of a picture, that we can never understand, right? So let's look into the textbook what this chapter is all about. A wonderful old tale is told about the painter Wu Daozi, who lived in the 8th century, right? There is a wonderful painter named Wu Daozi, right, who lived in the 8th century. We are talking about the 8th century. This is the 21st century, 21મી સદી છે, 8th century ની વાત થાય છે, right? His last painting was a landscape commissioned by Tang Emperor Xuanzong, right? It's a Chinese king, right? His name is Xuanzong, to decorate a palace wall. એક રાજાનો બહુ મોટો palace હતો, and there was a big wall over there. And it was an order by the king to decorate that palace, right? That is in form of a painting. The master had hidden his work behind a scene. The master, that means the painter, right, had hidden his work. એક hidden work હતો painting ની અંદર, right, behind a scene or a screen, right? એક screen એટલે પડદા જેવું હતું, એક beautiful landscape હતો, and જેવો એ પડદો remove કર્યો, right, that particular screen was being removed, there was an entrance, right? That is what the painter is explaining to the king, what the picture means, right? કારણ કે રાજાને નહોતી ખબર, રાજાએ તો ઓર્ડર આપી દીધો ભાઈ તું આ પેલેસ વોલ છે, you just draw a painting, right? But he didn't understand what it is, right? It is just a form of a drawing for the king, right? But when Wu Daozi tries to explain to the emperor what this picture is, right? He gets lost into the picture and he never comes back again. રાઈટ એ પિક્ચરમાં એટલો ખોવાઈ ગયો છે કે એની એ પર્ટિક્યુલર એ જ્યારે સ્ક્રીન ખસે છે એ જગ્યાએથી એન્ડ ધેર ઇઝ એ પર્ટિક્યુલર a big way that goes inside the painting, and once the painter goes inside he never comes out of it. He is lost in the painting. He is lost in the painting, right? Let's look ahead what it is. Commissioned by the Tang Emperor Xuanzong to decorate a palace wall. The master had hidden his work behind a screen, so only the emperor would see it. Only the emperor. It was specially made for the emperor to see it. For a long while, the emperor admired the wonderful scene. Right? For a long while, ઘણા ટાઈમથી આવી બ્યુટીફુલ પેઇન્ટિંગ કિંગે ક્યારે જોઈ જ નહોતી. So he was admiring all the things that he was seeing in form of the palace wall. Right? જેટલું બધું ડ્રો કરેલું હતું palace wall પર, he was admiring all that things. Oh, this is something very beautiful which I have never seen in my entire life till now. Right? The emperor admired the wonderful scene discovering forest, right? On that particular wall, it was forest, mountains, waterfalls, clouds, floating in immense sky. Floating in immense sky. There was a sky, there was a waterfall, there was a mountain, there was clouds, there was big skies, right? High mountains and everything that was being there on the wall, right? And that was being drawn by a painter. Men on hilly paths, birds in flights, men. He even drew men on the hilly paths. એટલે માઉન્ટેન જે હતો એના ઉપર માણસ ચડતો હોય ઉપર એવું પણ એને આર્ટ ડ્રો કરેલું હતું. That kind of extreme level of a perfect painting that was being drawn by Wu Daozi, right? Men on hilly paths, bird in flights, right? The birds were flying in the sky. Flight means in the sky, right? Look, Sire, that is sir, that is a kind of a respect given to the king. Said the painter, in this cave at the foot of the mountain, right? Mountain na foot upar a cave hati. Cave means the entrance, right? And that cave was hidden and the screen was being removed and there was a cave. There was a cave, right? Said the painter, in the cave at the foot of the mountain dwells a spirit. There is a spirit. Spirit એટલે શું? Soul, આત્મા. આ જે cave છે painting ની અંદર, there is a soul inside it. There is a soul inside it. Whose soul? કોનો આત્મા હતો એ પેઇન્ટિંગ ની અંદર? પેઇન્ટિંગ તો વોલ ઉપર હતી ને, બટ કોનો આત્મા હતો? Whose soul it was? It was the soul of the painter himself, right? As he was trying to describe the painting to the king, right? Moving ahead, see. In this cave at the foot of the mountain dwells a spirit. The painter clapped his hands and the entrance to the cave opened, right? Painter શું કર્યું? Clap કર્યું twice. And the cave was open. And the cave was open. That means he was trying to justify the drawing what was inside the cave. What does this cave means, right? A painting draw કરી હોય, landscape, mountain, a cave draw કર્યું હોય, right? એટલે cave એટલે entrance. અંદર તો કેટલી ઊંડી cave હોય, પણ એની અંદર શું છે, right? That the king doesn't know what it is. So the painter tries to explain to the king, right? He clapped his hands, right? And the entrance to the cave opened. The inside is splendid beyond anything words can convey. Right? Once you go inside the thought of the minds of a painter, right? It is splendid. It is splendid, right? તમે કોઈ એક આર્ટિસ્ટ જે પણ હોય પેઇન્ટર એના પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂથી જ્યારે વિચારવાનું ચાલુ કરો ને, then you will understand what the painter has in his mind, right? What amount of extreme knowledge he has in the form of an art or in the form of a painting, right? The inside is splendid beyond any words can convey. Please let me show you, Your Majesty, the way. He is telling me, please let me show you. A cave શું છે, એની અંદર શું છે, let me show you, right? The painter entered the cave. That means he goes inside the cave, but the entrance closed behind him. જેવો એ caveની અંદર જાય છે, that means as soon as he tries to explain what it is, he gets lost. He gets lost. It is not a miracle. આ કોઈ જાદુ નથી કે caveની અંદર જતો રહ્યો ને ગાયબ થઈ ગયો, right? He gets lost into the painting. That means એ જે પેઇન્ટિંગ એક્સપ્લેન કરવા માંગે છે કિંગને, એ એટલું બ્યુટીફુલ છે, એટલું સ્પ્લેન્ડેડ છે કેવની અંદર કે એમાંથી એ વ્યક્તિ બહાર આવી શકતો નથી. એની જે રિયલ થોટ્સ અને ફિલિંગ્સ જે કેવની અંદર છે, that means whatever he is thinking as a form of an artist, and when he is trying to explain it to the king, right, what does this have inside this cave, right? He gets lost in that cave and never comes back again, right? This is what artists are. Right? I'm repeating the lines again. See, try to see. The inside is splendid beyond anything the words can convey. Please let me show you your majesty. The painter entered the cave, but the entrant closed behind him. And before the astonished emperor could move or utter a word, the painting had vanished from the wall. The painting had vanished from the wall. The painting ne bhuli gyo. And even the king was lost in the cave. એટલે એ જે સમજાવતો હતો, the painter was trying to explain the cave, how beautiful it is, what beautiful it is. The king also forgot the painting and he was focusing on the cave, right? Not a trace of who the house's brush was left, and the artist was never seen again in this world, right? He never came back to the normal stage again. He was lost in the cave, trying to explain it to the king what his thoughts were, right? So he was lost in the painting. That is what real artists are. That is what real painters are, right? આપણને થોડું weird લાગે, right? Because we are not painters, we are not, good artists. So આપણે ક્યારે artist ને painter ના point of view થી એ વસ્તુ ના સમજી શકીએ, right? But he was an extreme painter that he got lost in the world of painting while explaining it to the king, and he never came back again. He never came back again, right? Such stories played an important part in China's classical education in that 8th century, right? Such stories played a part in China's classical education, right? The books of Confucius and Zhuangzi are full of them. They helped the master to guide his disciple in the right direction. Beyond the anecdote, they are deeply revealing of spirit in which the art was considered. Anecdote means instructing or telling a story. સ્ટોરી જ્યારે કોઈ કહેતું હોય ને, રાઈટ, અને આપણે એ સ્ટોરી એકદમ ધ્યાનથી સાંભળતા હોય ને, તો આપણે એ સ્ટોરીમાં પણ જતા રહીએ. વી ગો વિથ ધી ફ્લો. નાઉ ડુ યુ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ વોટ આર્ટિસ્ટ ફીલ, રાઈટ? એ જ્યારે સમજાવતા હોય એમની પેઇન્ટિંગ, when they try to explain the painting to the king, right, even they get lost. They gets lost even in the painting, right? આપણે ઘણીવાર મૂવી જોવા જઈએ છે તો ઘણી વસ્તુ પિક્ચરની અંદર જે આપણી લાઈફને રિલેટ થતી હોય, ડાયરેક્ટલી ઓર ઇનડાયરેક્ટલી. So we try to tag ourselves in that movie. મારી જોડે પણ આમ થયું, આમાં પણ આમ થયું, right? We think in that direction. Actually reality નથી, it is just a movie. But તમે એ વસ્તુ જુઓ છો ને તમને ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ લાગે છે એટલે તમે એમાં ખોવાઈ જાઓ છો, right? You get lost in that movie because that movie or certain part of the movie is relating to your life and you try to think in that way, right? પછી એ થોટ્સમાં તમે આગળ વધી જાઓ છો. સો એવું જ એક આર્ટિસ્ટના મગજમાં છે. જ્યારે આર્ટિસ્ટ કોઈ પેઇન્ટિંગ ડ્રો કરતું હોય વોલ ઉપર, and when he is explaining, right, we have to listen to him very carefully what he is trying to say. Then only we can understand, or else it is just a picture for us. એક બોક્સ હશે ને એમાં એક પિક્ચર ડ્રો કર્યું છે, that's it. But when we try to understand from his point of view, then we can understand what an artist feels, right? And they were even being given the education during that point of time, right? And the books of Confucius and Zhuangzi, એ બે books એ હતી, એ books ના નામ, right? That is the books, Chinese books are full of them, right? Are full of them. Full of them means a painter can get lost in the art world, in the art world. Right? Painter's point of view and આપણા કરતા થોડાક અલગ હોય. They are quite different in the forms of thinking, right? What we see and what they see is totally different. It's totally different. Suppose if we have given a chance to draw an elephant or to draw a horse, right? એક horse draw કરવાનું કીધું હોય, આપણો horse કેવો હોય draw થયેલો અને painterનો horse કેવો હોય, right? આપણે શું કરીએ, ખાલી horse draw કરી દઈએ, right? If we are quite a good big painter, but if a chance given to a painter to draw a horse, એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું છું એટલે તમે સમજી શકો, રાઈટ? એક પેઇન્ટરને કીધું એક હોર્સ ડ્રો કરવાનું. If a painter is given a chance to draw a horse, first he will draw the grass, then he will draw the mountains, then he will draw the valleys, then he will draw the sky, then he will draw the sun rays or sunset, right? Then he will draw some clouds, and then he will draw a horse which is eating a grass. Different point of view, right? This is where the difference comes from. This is what artists are. Horse draw કરવાનું જ કીધું ને, right? But that makes a perfect picture, right? When it is being put on the wall, right? કિંગે શું ઓર્ડર કર્યો હતો, એક વોલ છે પેલેસની, એના ઉપર પેઇન્ટિંગ્સ ડ્રો કરવા, અને એ પેઇન્ટિંગની અંદર એક લેન્ડસ્કેપ હતું. That means there was a cave. એ લેન્ડસ્કેપની અંદર એક કેવ હતું in which the artist got lost and he never came back again because it was so deep, it was so wonderful, right? That he was explaining all the things to the king, that he never came back again. અને એ પ્રેક્ટિસ, એ એક્સપર્ટાઇઝ થવા માટે, right, એ બે બુક્સ પણ અવેલેબલ હતી. That is Zhuangzi and Confucius. There were two books which, you know, makes them go deep inside the world of painting. They help the master to guide his disciple in the right direction beyond the anecdote, that is in story. They are deeply revealing of spirits in which was considered. Contrast this story or another famous one about a painter who couldn't draw the eye of a dragon he had painted. For fear it would fly out of the painting, with an old story from my native Flanders that I find most representative of the Western painting. Right? There is one more particular incident, right? એક બીજો એવો પેઇન્ટર હતો, right? See, contrasting this story, એક પહેલી સ્ટોરી હતી. Which story? The king and the painter, right? And the painter gets lost into the particular cave. And contrasting to this story, that is, there is one more story opposite to it, right? Another famous painter, one about a painter, that means there is one more painter in the Chinese world, right? Who couldn't or who wouldn't draw the eye of a dragon. He says that I cannot draw the eye of a dragon, right? Why he cannot draw? Because he is not a good painter, or he is a good painter? No, not like that. He says that if I draw the eye of a dragon, that eye or a dragon that will come out of the picture and will fly in the sky, right? એટલું real હશે મારો point of view in terms of drawing, right? It might look silly for us. આપણને કદાચ અંદરથી હસવું આવે, એવું થોડી થાય, right? But painters are like that. Painters are like that, right? It is just, you know, defining a science student and a commerce student. બંને પોતપોતાનું પકડી રાખે. So it is up to us only how we can understand. We can never compare ourselves with a painter because we are correct in our own way and they are in a different world, right? So here there is one more contrasting story. It says that a painter who couldn't draw the eye of a dragon he had painted, right? For a fear it would fly out of the painting. If I draw as a particular eye of the dragon and suddenly if the dragon comes out of the painting and starts flying in the sky, right? With an old story from my native Flanders, I find most representative of the Western painting, right? What is Western painting? Western paintings, every basic paintings which are just pictures, right? Which are just pictures. They are not artists. There is a difference between a person drawing a picture and a particular artist drawing a picture. તમે હું જે ડ્રો કરીએ ને નોર્મલ પિક્ચર હોય, બટ આર્ટિસ્ટ ડ્રો કરે ને ઇટ્સ અ પેઇન્ટિંગ, right? That is what the difference is. So here one more Chinese person says, right, कि एक वेस्टर्न कल्चरનું હું કોપી જો કરું, right, if I follow the traditions of the western culture and try to copy the same painting, that is the dragon's eye, right, I cannot do it, because if I do it, it will come out of the painting and will fly in the sky. I am not a person who belongs to the western painting. Western paintings, right, western sides, that is United States, UK and all that things, and China is on the other side, right? આપણા ઉપર એક stage, right? That is China, and on the other side that is United States and UK and all that things, they belongs to the westernization culture, right? આપણે 10th માં ભણી ગયા, so all that places. So they say that, this Chinese people say that, right, we are not the particular person who belong to the westernization culture, who just draw it on a wall and finish it off. We are real artists. We are real artists, and I fear that is what this person is saying, that if I draw a dragon's eye, it will come out of the picture and starts to fly. It sounds funny, right? હસવું આવે, થોડું પિક્ચરમાંથી કોઈ ડ્રેગન બહાર આવીને ઉડવા માંડે, but they are like that. Their point of view is like that because they have learned from a book, right? એક book છે, એ બે bookના નામે છે, that is Confucius and Zhuangzi. These are the two books through which they get the knowledge and they get lost into the world of art. આપણે કેવું બુકમાં ઘૂસી રહીએ, we always constantly focus on the study things, right? The books, different books, so that becomes our mindset. આ બધું છે ને એક માઇન્ડસેટ ઉપર. તો આર્ટિસ્ટ છે ને એ પણ એવા જો, એનું માઇન્ડસેટ કાંઈક અલગ હશે. We are science students, so we'll be focusing on science. Some are commerce students, so they will be focusing on commerce. Some are arts students, so they will be focusing on arts. So their point of view will always be the same, which is related to arts, commerce and science. ત્રણેયને ભેગા કરો ક્યારે સરખા ના થાય. તો પેઇન્ટર એવો જ છે. એમનું ભણવાનું અલગ છે, એમની થિયોલોજી અલગ છે, એમનું આર્ટિસ્ટિક વ્યૂ અલગ છે, એમના પોઈન્ટ ઓફ વ્યૂ, એમનું ડિરેક્શન્સ, એમનું પેઇન્ટિંગ અલગ છે. Right? For us it is not acceptable. For us it is not acceptable because at the end we always say it's just a picture. Right? આ બધી વસ્તુ એટલે ચાઇનીઝ લોકો છે ને એ પ્યોર આર્ટમાં બિલીવ કરે છે. They believe in the art, not in the drawing. Drawing કોઈ પણ કરી શકે, but art which has certain speciality, right, that only belongs to the Chinese people, that is what they say. That is what they see, right? So two different stories that we have understood the meaning of art. That is why the name of the chapter is Landscape of the Soul. Soul means inner self. આપણી અંદરનું જે આત્મા હોય ને એ, right? So આમાં જે છે soul, that is related to art. That is related to art, right? There is one more story. Let's move ahead. In the 15th century, now we are moving to the 15th century, Antwerp, a master blacksmith called Quentin Mitz fell in love, right? Antwerp, who is a master blacksmith, ખબર છે ને, right? Called Quentin Mitz fell in love, right? A Quentin Mitz નામની છોકરી છે and fell in love with that particular painter's daughter. એ જે painters છે એની daughter જોડે એને love થઈ ગયો, right? He fell in love with the painter's daughter. હવે એ પોતે blacksmith હતો, blacksmith, right? અને he fell in love with a painter's daughter. જે આર્ટિસ્ટ હોય એની daughter જોડે એને love થઈ ગયો, right? The father would not accept a son-in-law in such a profession, right? So obviously the girl's father is not going to accept a blacksmith as a son-in-law, right? In such a profession, right? Because both the professions are different. So Quentin sneaked into the painter's studio and painted a fly on his latest panel, right? એટલે Quentin જે છે was a blacksmith. He sneaked, that means he entered into the painter's studio. એ પોતે પેઇન્ટિંગ શીખવા માટે પેઇન્ટર સ્ટુડિયોમાં એન્ટર થયો and painted a fly, a bird, a kind of a bird, right, on his latest panel, that is on the paper, with such delicate realism. That means એ જે fly અથવા એ જે insect or bird એ જે એને પેપર ઉપર ડ્રો કર્યું, right, which looked very real, that is delicate realism, that looked like a reality, right? That the master tried to sweat it away before he realized what had happened. Quentin was immediately admitted as an apprentice into his studio, right? The girl's father, right, he selected him as an apprentice. Apprentice means trainee હોય ને જે શીખતા હોય art, right? એના ફાધરે એને તરત લઈ લીધો in his studio. He was a blacksmith. He entered the studio, he drew the painting of a fly which looked very real, and the girl's father was very impressed and he selected him as an apprentice or a trainee in his studio, right? He married his beloved and went on to become one of the most famous painters of his age, right? Imagine a blacksmith has become one of the most famous painter of that era, that is the 15th century. Right? They got married, right? And he became one of the most famous painters, right? Because he went into the studio and he learned all that things. Which were there in the studio. It is just like you are learning in the class, right? The teacher is explaining something, sharing subjects, knowledge of subjects with you, different subjects, and you are gaining the knowledge. And when you go outside in the world, you are even more stronger than the teacher when you stand on your own legs, because you have even more greater knowledge, right, when you finish your education and when you go outside to stand on your own legs, right? This is what it is. The painters ની દુનિયા પણ એવી જ હોય છે, right? The studio ની અંદર ગયો, right? Why did he went? Because he had a love affection towards that girl, and that made him a painter. that made him a painter. So it's a message for us also. If કોઈ વસ્તુ એવી નથી રાઈટ કે જેમાં હાર્ડ વર્ક અને ડેડિકેશન ના હોય તો એ વસ્તુ અચીવ ના થાય. ઓબ્વિયસલી યુ કેન અચીવ ધ થિંગ. Obviously you can achieve your targets. You are science students, right? At the initial level you might feel it difficult or you might feel a bit hard, right? But if you focus on your work, if you focus on your goals and objectives and targets, you can definitely achieve. A blacksmith, imagine a blacksmith becomes one of the most famous painters, right? It is something which is unexpressible because he had a willingness. એના મગજમાં એ વિલિંગનેસ હતી, એના થોટ્સમાં એ વિલિંગનેસ હતી to achieve what he wanted, right? They both got married, right? And he was selected as an apprentice in his studio. He married his beloved and went on to become one of the most famous painters of his age. These two stories illustrate what each form of art is trying to achieve: a perfect illusionistic likeness in Europe, the essence of inner life, and the spirits in Asia, right? This is where the difference comes from, right? Europe, મેં તમને કીધું હતું western culture, right? ચોખ્ખું લખેલું છે લાઈનની અંદર. I'm repeating the lines again, try to understand. These two stories illustrate what each form of art is trying to achieve. Art is trying to achieve something. A blacksmith becomes one of the most famous painter, right? He learns whatever he wants as a form of an art because he had a willingness to learn or he had a vision in the point of art view, and he became a famous painter. And Wu Daozi, right, the first story, એ તો એટલો extreme painter હતો that he got himself lost in the painting, and that is in the cave, that he never came out. He never came out, right? A perfect illusionistic likeness in Europe, in the essence of inner life, that is the paintings and the thoughts of the European people who just considered painting as a form of drawing, and the spirits in Asia, China, that is an Asiatic country, right? That is the spirits, soul, that is the soul, right? In soul in Asia or spirits in Asia. આટલો ફેર છે, right? This is where the difference comes from. In the Chinese story, the emperor commissions a painting and appreciates its outer appearance, right? The Chinese story હતી, right? The emperor, that means the king, commissions a painting and appreciates its outer appearance. રાજાને જે દેખાડવામાં આવ્યું વોલ ઉપર, એટલે એ જે બહારી દેખાવ હતો એના ઉપરથી રાજા એપ્રિશિએટ કરી દીધું. વાહ, what a beautiful picture, what a beautiful drawing it is, right? વખાણ કરી દીધા. But એનો મતલબ શું છે? Why that landscape was being drawn, why the mountains, skies, rivers, all that things were there on the wall, એનો કોઈ મેસેજ રાજાને સમજાતો નહોતો. Because how can a king understand what a paint or a art is, right? તમે ને હું પણ ન સમજી શકીએ. તમને મને કોઈ એક પિક્ચર દેખાડવામાં આવે, if a picture is being given to us, we'll look at the picture and we'll say, oh, this is okay, આ વસ્તુ છે, આ લેન્ડસ્કેપ છે, આ હોર્સ છે, આ એલિફન્ટ છે, આ જંગલ છે, or trees and rivers and mountains. That's it, finish. But what does it mean? That only the artist can understand, right? Repeating it again. In the Chinese story, the emperor commissions a painting and appreciates its outer appearance, right? બહારી દેખાવને આપણે વખાણ કરીએ છીએ. Most of, out of 199 people who do all these things. But the artist reveals to him the true meaning of his work. The artist reveals to him the true meaning of his work. આ શું કામ ડ્રો કર્યું, આનો મેસેજ શું છે, આનો મોટિવ શું છે, આ વસ્તુ ડ્રો કરવાનો, એ ખાલી આર્ટિસ્ટ જ સમજાવી શકે. તમને ને મને સમજાય નહીં, right? The emperor may rule over the territory he has conquered, but only the artist knows the way with him. Emperor may rule over the territory, right? જે રાજા હશે પેલેસનો, એ બધી જગ્યાએ રૂલ કરી શકશે, પોતાના ઓર્ડર્સ આપી શકશે, right? But how to get into that picture? એ જે પેલેસ હોય ને, આખો જે ટેરિટરી હોય ને, રાઈટ, એ ડ્રો કરવી ને, that only artist can draw. રાજા તો ખાલી ઓર્ડર આપી શકે, ઓ મારો સ્ક્વેર ફીટ 2000 or 5000 square feet છે, તો આટલા એરિયામાં એઝ અ કિંગ ઇટ બિલોંગ્સ ટુ મી એન્ડ ધીસ ઇઝ માય પ્લેસ એન્ડ આઈ વિલ સે વોટ એવર યુ હેવ ટુ ડુ, રાઈટ? હું જે કહું એ જ પ્રમાણે તમારે બધું કામ કરવાનું છે. બટ એ જ્યારે પેઇન્ટિંગના ફોર્મમાં ડ્રો કરવામાં આવે, રાઈટ, that palace or the territory of the king, right? And how to get in that territory, which are the different ways through which you can make the palace more beautiful, only the artist can understand. Only a artist can understand. A king can never understand. King માટે તો ખાલી એક wall જ હશે, right, which would protect his own empire. કે ભાઈ આ એક દિવાલ છે, આ મારું empire છે ને આને protect કરવાનું છે. But in the form of an artistic point of view, it is something very different because there are ways to enter. એ જ્યારે ડ્રો કરવાનું આવે ને kingdom, તો એમાં અલગ અલગ રસ્તાઓથી અંદર જવાય, through which you can reach to the king. That only an artist can know. That only an artist can know, right? The emperor may rule over the territory he has conquered, but only the artist knows the way within. Let me show the way. The Tao, a word that means both the path or the method, right, and the mysterious works of the universe. The painting is gone, but the artist has reached his goal beyond any materialistic appearance, right? Once you understand what the artist tries to justify you, it is more worth than a painting for him. જ્યારે કોઈ પણ આર્ટિસ્ટ તમને સમજાવે કોઈ વસ્તુ જે એને ડ્રો કરેલી છે અને જ્યારે તમે સમજો છો, he becomes more happy. He or she, whoever it is, they becomes more happy because you understand the real meaning of a painting, right? A classical Chinese landscape is not made to reproduce an actual view as would as Western figurative painting. Figurative means describe artwork, right? Westernized culture, US and Europe, right? એ જોવે ને તે તમારા મારા જેવો જ વ્યૂ હોય. There is a landscape, there is a mountain, rivers, birds, sky and everything, right? Oh wow, it's a beautiful painting, and they will say you have done a great work, that's it, finish, and they will be moving ahead. That is what we do, or the European or the Western people do, right? A classical Chinese landscape is not made to reproduce any actual view as would a Western figurative painting. Whereas the European painter wants you to borrow his eyes and look at a particular landscape, right? Whereas the European painter, now we are talking of the Westernized culture. So, શું difference છે Asian, that is the Chinese culture, and the European culture? See what the European people do. Whereas the European painter wants you to borrow his eyes and look at a particular landscape exactly as he saw it, right? એ પેઇન્ટર શું કરશે, એને જે દેખાણું ને એને જે ડ્રો કર્યું ને, he'll explain you the same thing, right? He'll try to draw such kind of paintings that you, when you see for the first time, right, તો તમારા મારા thoughts એક સરખા જ હોય, okay, this is this and this is that. But the real meaning of the drawing we can never understand. We can never understand. It is just like એક અને એક કેટલા થાય, તો કેટલાક કે બે ને કેટલાક કે 11. તો યુરોપિયન લોકો હોય ને એક અને એક 11 જ દેખાડે. So we will say okay, it is correct, 1 and 1 is 11, right? But why 1 and 1 is 11 and why 1 plus 1 is 2? That difference that comes from the soul, right? That is what these Chinese people believe. That is what these Chinese people believe, and they differentiate the painting. Right? Moving ahead. The European painter wants you to borrow his eyes and look at a particular landscape exactly as he saw it from a specific angle, right? એટલે એ લોકો જે સમજે ને એ જ વસ્તુ તમને દેખાડે. The Chinese painter does not choose a single viewpoint. Chinese painters does not have a single viewpoint. His landscape is not a real one, and you can enter it from any point, then travel in it. You can enter the landscape. That means when a Chinese painter draws a painting, you can enter into that landscape, or you can enter into that valley or in that kingdom or territory, right, by yourself, because when you see that painting you will understand what it is, right? You can enter it from any point, then travel in it. You can even travel that painting also. The artist creates a path for your eyes to travel up and down, then back again in a leisurely movement. This is even more true in a case of horizontal scroll, in which the action of slowly opening one section of the painting, then rolling it up to move on the another, and adds a dimension of the time which is unknown in any other form of painting. Step by step process તમને સમજાવતા है. This is where it begins, this is the way, this is the particular path you can enter. Now there is one more thing that would surprise you. Then this becomes the particular way to the king's palace, then it would be on the edge of the king's palace, then it would be the top of the king's palace. એટલે તમે જ્યારે સમજતા જાઓ ને, then you realize then you understand the particular value of a painting, right? This is what these people do, Chinese people do, right? This is even more true in the case of horizontal scroll, in which actions of slowly opening one section of the painting, then rolling it up to move to the other. Step by step તમને બધું દેખાડે. Adds a dimension of time which is unknown in the form of painting, right? You get lost into the painting because you don't see at the time, right? Whether it is morning, evening or the afternoon, એ તમને એની અંદર લઈ જાય, painting ની અંદર લઈ જાય, when they explain you the particular art, what it is, right? It also requires the active participation of the viewer, right? Participants, that means જે લોકો જોવે છે પેઇન્ટિંગ ને એ એક્ટિવ હશે ને તો જ એનો મતલબ એને સમજાશે, બાકી એને સમજાશે નહીં, right? Who decides at what pace he will travel through the painting? A participation which is physical as well as mental. કેટલાક લોકોને ના સમજાય, right? અને કેટલાક લોકોને સમજાય છે. Now those who are interested in art, they can understand the meaning of the painting. And those who are not physical and mentally present, they ખાલી ઊભા ઊભા પેઇન્ટિંગ જ જોશે, બીજું એ કંઈ સમજી શકશે નહીં, because they have shut down their thoughts, right? So they cannot, whatever the words that have been explained by the Chinese painters, એ મગજમાં ઘૂસે જ નહીં, કારણ કે આપણે shut down કરી દીધું છે, because we are not belonging to that field, right? અત્યારે ઘણા લોકોને એવું થતું હશે, સર આ શું સમજાવે, because we don't like it, so we shut down our thoughts. આપણે આ ફિલ્ડમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટેડ નથી એટલે આ ચેપ્ટર કેટલીક વાર બોરિંગ લાગે, સર આવું બધું હોય, રાઈટ? લાસ્ટ યર મને 2 સ્ટુડન્ટ એવા ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછ્યો, આવું હોય, રાઈટ? Why that question was being arised? Because we are not into this field. હમણાં તમને કોઈ સાયન્સનો ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછે છે, you are a science student, right? So within a second you will give the answer, right? So that is your field, you know what it is, and it would be boring for me because I don't know science, so I'll shut down my mind, right? A point of view, a point of a landscape which was being drawn as a part of the soul, right? જ્યારે અંદરથી drawing બહાર નીકળે ને in the form of an art, right? Which has a very big meaning, which has a very big meaning, right? It also requires the active participation of the viewer, who decides at what pace he will travel through the painting, a participation which is physical as well as mental. The Chinese painter does not want you to borrow his eyes. The Chinese painter does not want you to borrow his eyes. He wants you to enter his mind, right? એ તમારો વ્યૂ થી એનો જે વ્યૂ છે તમને નથી આપી દેતો, એ જે કહે છે એવું એક્સપેક્ટ કરે છે as a painter, that you understand what is in my mind, why I have drawn this thing, and that will make my painting a successful one, right? He wants you to enter his mind. The landscape is an inner one. The landscape, that is the cave, is an inner one. And a thoughts છે ને એ સમજવાની try કરો, which he has represented or drawn in form of an art. A spiritual and a conceptual space. Conceptual space, that is geometric structure. Conceptual space એટલે જે એની designs, એના ways, એના curves, right? એ geometrical structure પ્રમાણે એને જે પણ વસ્તુ draw કરી હોય, that represents a quality. That represents a quality, right? એની અંદર પણ કંઈક છુપાયેલું મેસેજ છે, right? Sun rays or sunset. What is sun rays? That brings bright and hope, right? What is sunset? That is the end of life. એક એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું છું ખાલી સનસેટ ઉપરથી, એટલે તમે સમજી શકો. સન રેઝ થતો હોય, right? એટલે બ્રાઇટનેસ અને હોપ, that is what we consider similar, સમાનાર્થી જે આપણે કહીએ, right? અને સનસેટ થતો હોય, right? So we say that it is the end of the day. So it may be the end of the life for an artist who has drawn a picture of the wall, right? આપણા માટે તો સનસેટ હશે, બટ એના માટે એ જ્યારે કોઈ વ્યક્તિ બેઠો હશે એના નીઝ ઉપર અને સનસેટ થતો હશે, right? This is what I am explaining as an example. This is what I understand, that when a person is on his knees and he has been drawn and there is a sunset, that means it is the end of his life. એ તમે હું ન સમજી શકું. આપણે શું જોઈએ, ઓ એક માણસ બેઠો છે, he is sitting on his knees and there is a sunset, oh wow, beautiful painting, right? But that is the message. So he says that he wants you to enter in his mind. This is what Chinese people or Chinese philosophy, believe in the form of a painting, in the form of an painting, right? Moving ahead, this concept is expressed as shanshui, literally mountain water, which is used together, represents the word landscape, mountains and waters, right? આપણે પિક્ચરમાં જોયું હતું, વોલ ઉપર mountains, waters, rivers, birds બધું દોરેલું હતું, right? So the concept is expressed as shanshui, That is what it means. Mountain water, that is a water that is flowing from the mountain, which is used together to represent the world, that is landscape. That is why it is known as the landscape. More than two elements of an image that represents two complementary poles reflecting the diverse view of the universe. The mountain is yang, reaching vertically towards heaven. Mountain is yang. Yang is a Chinese term, right? That is reaching towards the heaven, the top. Mountain કેટલું ઊંચું હોય, right? That represents the top, which he has drawn on the wall. That represents heaven. That represents heaven, right? The mountain is yang, reaching vertically towards heaven, stable, warm and dry in the sun, while the water is yin, that is horizontal and resting on the earth, fluid, moist and cool water, which is flowing from the mountain and coming to the earth. Earth એટલે hell નહીં, earth એટલે આપણે જે રહીએ છીએ, which comes from the heaven to the earth, હવે લેન્ડસ્કેપનો મતલબ સમજ્યા જે ડ્રો કર્યું હતું એ. This is what the painter has explained. એ જે માઉન્ટેન હતું ને એ ખાલી માઉન્ટેન નહોતું, which he has drawn on the palace wall. That was the heaven. એ જે માઉન્ટેન હતું એટલું હાઈ હતું, that was reaching the sky. ચોખ્ખું લખેલું છે, skies, mountains, rivers and waters, right? That is what a landscape means. So that mountain was considered as a heaven on the topmost level, right? And from there the water was coming, that is water was flowing from the mountain towards the earth, right? So heaven, what does heaven means? A place where there is God, and he is pouring the water which is flowing from the heaven and reaching to the earth in form of a blessing, right? હવે ખબર પડી એ માઉન્ટેન અને વોટર શું હતું, સ્કાય શું હતું, why he had drawn, right? This is what he is trying to explain from this particular paragraph, right? Yang and yin, that is horizontal and resting on the earth, fluid, moist and cool. The interaction of yin, the receptive feminine aspects of universal energy, and its counterpart yang. Yin and yang counterpart, both are opposite. The water which is coming down on the earth, that is yin, so that becomes the earth, and yang, that becomes the heaven, right? Swarg and Prithvi, right? Heaven on the earth, બંને ઓપોઝિટ છે. પૃથ્વી નીચે છે, હેવન ઉપર છે, right? So contrasting parts. And its counterpart yang, active and masculine, is a course of a fundamental notion of Taoism. That is what their belief is, right? Their culture, their view of an explaining a picture, right? Which is often overlooked, is an essential third animal, the middle word, where there is an interaction that takes place. This can be compared with the yogic practice of pranayama, right? Pranayama, આપણે જે યોગ આસન કરીએ ને એમાં પણ એના મેસેજીસ છે, એના જે આસન્સ, એનું જે આપણે સિટિંગ પોઝિશન્સ એન્ડ ધ વે ધેટ વી મેક ધ યોગા, it also creates a message, right? I don't know, બધા યોગાના different messages છે. What does it means? અલગ અલગ પ્રાણાયામા છે, right? આસન્સ છે બધા, એના કંઈક ને કંઈક મેસેજ છે, એનો કંઈક ને કંઈક મોટિવ છે, which tells us why we need to do this asana, what message it has, right? Why we are doing this asana, right? એનો એક મેસેજ છે. પણ આપણે તો ખાલી આસન જ કરીએ, યોગા જ કરીએ. We never learn because we are never concerned with that point of view, right? Everything has its own message, but we need to look from a viewpoint of that particular thing, as an art or as a painter, right? So ચોખ્ખું લખેલું જ છે. What is often overlooked is an essential third animal, that is their interaction that takes place. This can be compared with the yogic practice of pranayama. Breathe in, retain and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. શ્વાસ લેવો ને શ્વાસ છોડો. Opposite contrasting things, heaven and earth, contrasting things, right? Which is compared to pranayama. See, કઈ વસ્તુ ક્યાંથી ક્યાં રિલેટ થાય છે, right? And that creates life. Breathe in and breathe out. શ્વાસ લઈ છે ને છોડીએ છે, so that is what life is. So when the water is falling from the mountain and when we are getting it on the earth, we are able to survive. એ પાણી જ્યારે આપણને મળે છે આપણે જીવી શકીએ છીએ. એક પિક્ચરના આટલા મેસેજીસ છે. ચેપ્ટર સ્ટાર્ટ થયો ત્યારે પહેલા વિચાર્યું હતું આવું હશે નહીં, right? This is what it is, right? An artistic point of view. The suspension of breath is void where meditations occurs. The middle void is essential. Nothing can happen without it. Hence the importance of wide unpainted space in Chinese landscape. There is also where man finds a fundamental role in that space between heaven and earth. in that space between heaven and earth, right? એ બંને વચ્ચે એક જગ્યા છે, that is the mountain. એક માણસ climb કરતો હતો, a person was climbing the mountain. That is where the man is in between. That is what is known as life. That is what is known as life. When we die, right, when we go to heaven, આપણે મરીએ એટલે આપણો આત્મા આપણને છોડી દે ને આપણે સ્વર્ગમાં જતા રહે, right? We go to the heaven, right? A man was climbing the mountain, right? એવું લખેલું હતું. That is where somewhere in between a man exists, right? Man finds a fundamental role in that space between heaven and earth. He becomes the conduit of communication between both poles of the universe, right? માણસ બંને જગ્યાએ છે. That is in the earth when he stays, and when he dies he goes to the heaven. So he is connected to both the poles, right? Between both the poles of the universe, his presence is essential, even if it is only suggested. Far from being lost or oppressed by lofty peaks, he is in Francois Cheng's wonderful expressions, the eye of the landscape, right? This is what the painter is trying to draw. A man is somewhere between climbing the mountain, neither on the heaven or neither on the earth. Still he has, his legs touched over the earth, and still he is climbing the mountain. That means he wants to go to the heaven, right? And that is what that has been drawn in the beautiful picture by a Chinese painter, that is Wu Daozi, in The Eye of an Landscape. In The Eye of an Landscape. Now did you understand what that painting means? Right? I hope what we have studied today has been understood by you as a form of a painter. Painter na view thi joso to e samjhaye jase. Right? If you have any doubts related to the sessions what we have discussed today, you can ask.